Hey guys, I've been putting a little bit of work into this Final IK setup tool to simplify my life and get things a little bit more automated for some of the processes that I do over and over again. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. I think it's working good enough to where I can share it and you guys can start using it. Pretty easy to use. So let's just get my avatar here. Let me go ahead and default this out because I'll show you everything that it does. Okay. So this is a mixed mode character. So let's drop him in there. This works with the rigid body character for VR Interaction Framework too. It also works with XR Interaction Toolkit. I tested it with that. It doesn't have any dependencies for a framework. I haven't had a chance to check it with Hurricane, but it should work. So basically, I'm going to set this up in VR Interaction Framework. So I'll make that a child of the player controller. Under my center eye anchor, I want to make a target, so let's create an empty and we'll call this head target. Empty under model left, I'm going to call this left hand target. And then under my model's right hand target. Okay. Make sure your character's zeroed out. Okay. Now let's open up the tool, set up Final IK. Every tool. There we go. It wants my root avatar. It wants the targets. And then if this is empty, you just want the VRIK animated locomotion. This comes with Final IK. Okay, so just set up Final IK. Does all the assignments for you. Sets up your stretch curve MIPS. Assigns your targets. Now with the targets, I had to set the Synty, but if you leave it at default, it's not going to do anything. It'll leave these at the 0, 0, 0, 0. And you can see I had it set to Synty. It gave me a base rotation for my hands. I can set it to Mixamo, and that's what this is. And then if I hit set up Final IK again, it'll give me a basic rotation of where my hands need to be. Now you'll still need to line everything up a little bit, but this gets it really close to where it needs to be for you. While we're talking about avatars, not all of them work out of the box with Final IK. You might have some that got weird rotations, things like that. This tool will not fix that. This is just a tool to automate the process of setting this up. I will tell you that Mixamo works flawlessly, Synty works flawlessly, and Ready Player Me works flawlessly. And we'll go through that. Okay, so we've set up Final IK. Now if I want leg animation rather than procedural, which I just think looks better when you're not using leg trackers, which I don't even have leg trackers, so we're going to do that. That sets up the animator for you, sets up the animation, locomotion for you on your Final IK. If I want to shrink my head, I can do that. That's reversible. If I need Y offset, this is primarily for VR Interaction Framework. Just the way the rig is set up with this, the way it's set up, it needs a correction to get the avatar down here. If you don't have it, his knees will be up here. So if you're using VR Interaction Framework, add your Y offset correction. Minimize this. If you want to set up avatar scaling, I have this set to just use the S button right now. I don't know what kind of controls you guys are going to want to use, but to scale your player, just click S on your keyboard, and then you can obviously move this to wherever you want it to actually scale your player. But this is the function from Final IK to actually scale the player to your player's height. So when you do this, stand up straight, click your S button, it'll scale the actual avatar to your height. Okay, add twist relaxers. This is so you don't get that weird twisting motion. This is the defaults. It assigns everything to it, sets up the relaxers, and sets the weight up for like the example. This is basically just exactly the way the pilot's set up. It works for most rigs. And then grounder, so your legs will match the plane if you're going uphill or whatever. It'll set that up for you. Everything's assigned. There you go. Avatar mask, if you want to use one, it'll create an avatar mask and then it will assign it to the animator. Another thing that it does is, if you've ever noticed, if you use Final IK, if you're sitting idle, your butt kind of shakes back and forth and it looks kind of weird. If you don't want that, what you have to do is you have to set the idle speed to 0, but I've made a button to do that for you. There you go. And fingers crossed, if we come back over to our scene, I can hit play. Here we are. You can see that everything is working, no floating feet or anything like that. There we go. Okay, so now let's do another popular one, which is Synty. Go ahead and delete that. We'll leave our targets as is. I have a Synty pack in here somewhere. Where are you? Polygon. Okay. Prefabs. Characters. Where are you? Okay, so let's just grab one of these. And we'll make it a child of the player controller. Take this one. Player controller. Zero amount. Okay. So let's pull our tool back over here. It's still got our assignments because I didn't close it. Now if you close it, you can, if you open it back up, then it won't have anything assigned. So we're going to make this Synty. And then it wants our head target again. It's our left-hand target, same stuff. Select your animation controller, then our target avatar, which he's ready to go. Okay. So set up Final IK. Let's go through the bones, or the buttons. Avatar scaling, twist relaxers, set up grounder, set up our avatar mask, which this gets saved to a different folder. It's where the actual rig for this thing is, and then fix my idle animation. Okay, and then this one we'll test out in the headset, and then we'll see how it does with the Ready Player Me character. All right. Now, again, this one I'm just going to run through, so we'll just delete that. And then in here, I have an old host avatar. It doesn't have any materials on it because it was a host that I would skin. So we're just going to use it. Okay, so again, let's bring up the tool. This one, my transforms are already assigned. I'm going to put this to Ready Player Me. Do my target assignment for my avatar. There we go. And set up Final IK. Set up my leg animation. Shrink my head bone. Set up my Y offset. And just so on. So on. So on. So on. Here we go. Trying to think if there's anything else with it you need to know. I plan on making some other tools to set up hand animation and stuff like that. I know there's some people that are wanting to use this with other frameworks, so this does not have a framework dependency. I will make the download for it available down below, but there's one other thing I want to show you, just to show this. So there are avatars that do not work out of the box with Final IK, so I have one. Let's see, where is he? Okay, so this is a free character from the asset store. So let's just grab him and we'll zero him out. All right, so if I just throw this on here, okay, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do to fix this with a tool, but I'm not even quite entirely sure how to manually fix it because I've never used this avatar before. His armature might be messed up, but if I set up my Final IK, it does the assignments like it's supposed to. Everything's normal. Actually, I'm going to set up my leg animation, just go through it. It will set up everything like it's supposed to, but see how he's kind of cocked to the side? It's almost like his rig's not correct. Got a message out on the Discord to figure out if there's a way to fix that or if it's just the armatures themselves. So make sure that if you're buying an asset, maybe you ask the developer, hey, will this work with Final IK? So this tool is not meant to fix things like that. This is just to do your basic setup for rigs that do work. Anyway, for those of you that can use it, I hope it comes in handy. Download is in the description. As I make more tools, I may end up making a repository. And if I update this, then obviously I'll get an update out. Take it easy.